So I wanted to bring it to Meow Delin. Meow.
Oh.
Meow Delin.
Meow.
You said you had a story about how in college, like, this guy asked you out and he's very gentlemanly.
Yeah.
Would you like to tell us about that?
I'd love to. There was this moment in college where I was asked out by this guy in theater, and I wasn't attracted to him necessarily, not his fault, but he had the balls to ask me out, and he actually asked me on a date. That's something that is very rare, I think, at least in my experience, and I think, like, in general, it feels like nobody asks on dates. People want to date you. They say, do you want to be my girlfriend? Do you want to be my boyfriend? Not, may I court you and take you on a date? And I thought that was really lovely. So he picks me up, he takes me to the venue, and as soon as we get there, genuinely not with any kind of anxiety, very just upfrontly, he goes, are you interested in anybody right now? And I said, well, at the time, yes, I was. And he said, hey, I don't want to get in the way of that. Why don't we just spend time here, have some fun, and then nothing is, like, attached or anything. And it was such a refreshing experience because it made me realize men aren't stupid, men are not dumb, men are not even to be expected to be operating at a lower level than I find them capable to be, or that I should expect them to be, because this was an experience that I had whenever I was in college. And so it was incredibly refreshing to feel as though I was seen not as a woman, at least in that moment, but as a genuine equal, as in a partnership. Somebody wanted a partnership with me, and then I rejected it, and they still paid for dinner. And since I have grown older, it is just more and more that I find that rejection equals anger, equals, like, unsafety for me, and it makes it so that I am not comfortable even putting myself in any kind of situation like that in the future, you know?
So you're saying that you would like a gentlemanly man, somebody who courts you, takes you on a date, all of these sorts of things?
Absolutely.
I'm a little bit in two minds here, because I can hear what you're saying, but then I can see that you're dressed as a cat.
I'm a dog,
and
so...
you call yourself a dog.
Woof, yes.
Do you think
Nick, could you open that
could
door
be
more?
Perhaps hindering that a little bit, the fact that you are
So
a
I
dog?
don't deserve respect because I'm dressing like an animal?
Well, I
don't
mean,
deserve to be treated like a person because I'm dressing like an animal?
What was I? Do you think that might be a deterrent for a man who is more traditional if you're dressing like a dog?
No, because I'm not out seeking anything traditional. I was simply reflecting on a college experience that I had.
So you're not seeking that sort of person?
I appreciate that kind of person. I'm not seeking anything specifically. I don't seek people. I'm not.
So when you look at a relationship, are you looking at like a pet owner type relationship, or like two dogs in the relationship, or what's your ideal?
A partner who loves and respects me and sees me as an equal that I am.
But you see yourself as an actual dog, right? You said you like to go play fetch.
Woof, yes.
So how does that tie into your relationship? Like, what are you looking for if you're a dog?
I'm looking for somebody to throw me a ball and then also say, oh, hey, I appreciate you, bringing in a financial, amount to the situation. I appreciate you having your own thoughts and theories about the world around you, and not somebody who sees me as an animal. I think the issue is that men have a difficult time seeing women in submissive positions without overbearing power toward them, and especially that can lead into, like, okay, you see me and a man sees me wearing a dog collar and he's like, oh, I want to tug on that. Are you wearing that collar for me?
Are you saying that the dog thing isn't a sexual fantasy? It's not a kink?
Not in any way.
It's not a submissive sexual fantasy?
Are you a Therian?
No.
No, I think...
Like, do you identify as, like, otherkin?
Why would I do that?
I mean,
it's a little silly.
Outward appearance, like, that's
fun.
a reasonable question.
I think this is something that she enjoys doing. The issue is that
it's a valid
if you want
question.
a man who wants a more traditional outlook in life, typically this is going to welcome men who have that fetish, as you already know.
Yeah.
And it's not necessarily, like, I hate it when men sexualize everything, but unfortunately, like, if they see a mentally unwell woman, they're not going to think traditional relationship. They're going to think, I'm going to be able to get quick sex and then run away before she goes crazy. That's their mindset.
Yeah.
So I think that although obviously you look really cute and all of that jazz, there is, like, as you were mentioning, like a sort of cognitive dissonance where it's like you're portraying something that doesn't elicit the type of men that you want.
Yeah,
I think there's
she's also not looking.
I am not actively looking. I talked about how I'm voluntarily celibate and how that's something that I'm not interested in. So I find the friendships that cross my path in a very similar way to what she was talking about, where, whenever men find out that I'm not interested in sex, they don't want to be friends. I understand why somebody would sexualize me, and then upon, hey, I actually don't like you like that, they wouldn't want to be friends. It's just annoying in the fact where it's like, well, shoot, I'm not even like gonna be open to that in general. It's just unnecessary.
Is this a long-term thing for you?
Yes.
The dog thing?
Yes.
You see you're taking this into your relationships one day?
It's been a part of my life my whole life.
And so do you think that this should factor in when you're thinking about the kind of man that you want to be with? Like
Not
I was
at
saying
all.
before, you haven't thought about that? You just want someone who fully accepts you for the dog?
No, I want somebody to hold me accountable for my actions and decisions that I make. And if I'm putting off an image that is inappropriate, then I trust that. Whenever my family first saw me doing social media, I've never engaged in OnlyFans, I've never engaged in cam work. But because of the fact that I'm wearing animal ears, there is a misconception because in the porn industry...
So you've never done any OnlyFans?
No.
Okay. Well, that changes a little bit because it could actually be a phase and it's not something that's an overt sexual
It's interesting
kink.
that I
don't
like
think it's a
specify
phase.
it exactly. I deny sexual kink whenever I specify it's been a part of my life forever. It is a lifestyle that I live. I am the kid that was at school playing wolves on the park. You know what I mean, on the playground, and it
Do you
does
think
not.
there'll come a time when that has to subside for more adult duties?
I think even in private relationships, there's women who basically say, I'm a fairy, I'm a mermaid, I'm this, but
Yeah.
in private relationships, that's expressed only with a partner. I think in your case, you're kind of publicizing that.
Yeah.
But I don't think it's necessarily out of the ordinary to be like, oh, I'm this imaginary creature, or I'm this animal, or
Exactly.
whatever,
I'm
or with a partner.
Yeah. There's no cognitive dissonance for me in who I am or my regard and my role with people. You know, it's not like
So
that.
is it you think you're like genetically like your biology is canine, or is it the fact that you just take that upon yourself? It's like a personality thing.
It's definitely a personality thing. I'm very doggish, and I've always been that way. I've always like identified.
I'm not even taking-
What breed of?
What breed do you think I am, Brian? Look at my ears. Look at my spots. What do you think?
A cheetah?
Dalmatian.
I'm not sure.
Girl, did you just say cheetah? It's a Dalmatian.
Are there
yes.
purple dogs?
A purple Dalmatian?
Dalmatian.
I'm a purple Dalmatian, yes. A lavender Dalmatian.
Okay.
Yes.
Wait, I genuinely want to know, like, what traits of yours do you have that made you realize that you're a dog? Like wagging tail, like.
I think
what do you mean exactly?
I think there might be a misconception that there was a
Being
time.
called a
Everybody
good
speak
girl.
Closer to the mics, please.
Yeah.
I never realized that I was a dog. It is simply a lifestyle choice. Whenever you are young, you engage in play. We play pretend. We play house. There's somebody who's the mom. Oh, I want to be the dad. I want to be the daughter. I wanted to be the dog from the time I was in preschool.
Okay.
And it was a very exciting thing for me.
I get what she's saying.
Yes.
Okay, so like when you choose like a character on like I don't know
World
what
of
do they
Warcraft.
play?
Yeah.
So like
this
on
is the
anything.
character you
So
chose.
basically, this is her character for life.
Yeah, she like it's perma. Like you can't
Yeah.
re-roll.
It's
Like there's no
it's her
re-rolling.
skin.
Yeah.
You can't like she can't even change like the breed of dog. Like she can't
That's
be
actually
like
you
I
would
want to
be,
be
you would be
Chihuahua.
impressed with my ear collection.
Oh, you
actually.
do sometimes
I
change
can
the
switch up
the
my breed.
Okay.
Wait,
I go
Wait,
both
please-
ways. So
Hold
I
on,
can like
going
species,
back-
yeah, all
So
that.
Going back-
non-binary dog.
Can we please see you wag
Oh,
that
no.
tail?
Species,
Let's not.
species
Wait, hold
non-binary.
on. You have a tail?
Yeah.
Yes. Can she please wag it?
Wait, hold on. I do have a question because people who are like do that shit for kinks, like
Yeah.
you know, like you know.
I'm
what
aware of that, and
It's not-
It's gross.
Yeah, but you
to
don't-
me, it's
it's not-
frustrating.
I feel that.
the inside of you, like the.
Do you want it to be? What?
Wait,
Are
No,
you-
I'm asking
Oh.
you. No, like these.
Yeah, I
these-
get what
these
you're
fucking
saying, yeah.
animal people, they'll like wear tails, and it's actually butt
Doc
plug.
Venabilly donated $200. Let me get this straight. Arthurian is silly, but me and I'm a dog is not. You want to be treated as human while identifying as animal. Do you really not see why you would deter a healthy partner?
See, like, I actually,
Yeah,
Thank
that
you,
makes
Doc
sense.
Venably.
Well, what
Do you want to respond to this?
Yeah, I suppose I'm a little confused in this like quest for a healthy partner. I am very satisfied with the friendships and platonic partnerships like in my life of people who support, you know, me and my endeavors, and I support them. I'm not seeking anything, so I think it's very strange that I should be altering parts of myself that I am completely comfortable with, that I don't have any kind of moral like high ground or like confusion with. An aesthetic choice for a healthy partner because there is an assumption that, okay, I'm crazy, I'm out of touch, or, you know, there's misconceptions. A huge misconception, the way that I dress, people assume that I do sex work. That's a huge misconception. But is that going to stop me from wearing pastel colors? No, just because the e-girl brand normalized wearing pastel colors and cat ears on the internet, suddenly I'm not allowed to express myself in the way that I choose. It's very, without there being a sexual expectation, is very
Well, I mean,
frustrating.
it's not clear to me. I mean, if you've actually even said that you're necessarily even looking for a traditional guy, I'm
Yeah,
assuming
I'm
you'd
not.
be, yeah. So I mean, I don't know if it's a fair statement for them to make. I don't even think that you're arguing that I deserve X sort of treatment. But I think the point that they're trying to make is, could your outward presentation when it comes to your appearance and your aesthetic, could that perhaps, some people might take quarrel with that and not want to date you? I assume the answer is yes.
Yeah.
But I think you don't care. And your trade-off is, well, I like to dress this way, and the men who will like me, and that's that. But I did want to get back to the story that you said about this guy who while you were kind of already
I was interested
dating,
in somebody else at
were
the time
you
in
dating him or
college.
just interested?
I was
in
just
him?
interested.
So it wasn't reciprocal from the other guy.
No, from the other guy at the time in college, it was, but it was a long distance thing, so it was just,
But so you were kind of not.
I was
really,
emotionally invested in
You were
something
not
else.
emotionally available for somebody else.
And so he asked me up front, and I was up front with him.
But okay, but so you still went on the date, and you went on the date with him. He took
Oh
you
yeah,
out
because
and
he
treated
asked
you-
when we got to the venue. He asked about that. He was like, "Are you
okay.
emotionally like looking
Sure.
for anybody else in that
Yeah.
regard?" Right.
And he was cool with it. He's like, hey, we can still just have a nice little dinner and just keep things friendly. Were you having sex with the other guy?
Absolutely not.
Oh, okay. Interesting. Was the other guy as gentlemanly and kind and gracious as the guy who you kind of friend zoned?
Yes.
Okay. Okay. All right.
It was
I
it was a
mean,
genuine just mismatch, and I just did not see you like that in the same way you
I
saw
see.
me.
Okay. Gotcha. I thought kind of the way you initially told us the story in the DMs, I thought perhaps that this guy did all the right things. He was being a gentleman, but he ultimately, at the end of the day, got friend zoned and got curved.
He did. That is
Sure.
the story. He did all the right things. He asked me on a date. He didn't know anything about me. We had one class together in college. He doesn't know if I'm dating anybody. He doesn't know anything about me besides my name and what I look like. So when I say, "Oh, you want to take me on a date?" Okay, I'm not dating anybody. I'm not seeing anybody simply because I'm emotionally investing in somebody else who is 1,000 million miles away. Doesn't mean that I'm going to close myself off to
Yeah.
experiences local to me.
Sure.
And I think that's fair.
Some more pre-show notes from you. You said looks are only important on first impressions. Can you expand on that a little bit? What do you mean by that?
I think maintaining a level of aestheticism in your relationship is very valid, especially for making your partner feel valuable. If you wake up every day and you brush your hair and put on a clean shirt, your partner's going to be, oh, I want to put on a clean shirt too. I want to brush my hair too. And so I think that as far as first looks go, when you meet somebody for the first time, you're enchanted with their like look, their aesthetic, their build, and that is what draws you in. But after that, it's like a matter of getting to know that person. It's a matter of, oh, the longer I look at you, you have this smile line right here, and you have this freckle right here. So the more in love you can become with somebody's looks, the longer you are interested in them or court them or whatever is very fair. But as far as general physical appearance, I think it's a bizarre notion to think that, oh, I have to maintain a certain
Sure.
level for a partner.